folks, it's a new week. Here we are again, doing it all again. Jeez. It is Monday, the 13th of January, and it feels like it's already been 4 weeks into the year already. But I guarantee you not. It is only it is week number 3, but week number 2 being back in the business. I've got a heap of stuff to do this week. There is so many things on my mind, but the main focus today is obviously pick, pack, and post. We actually have we've done pretty well over the weekend. We've got a total of 38 orders, which actually work out to be around just shy of $3,000. But there's actually about 56 items. One person's come through, purchased 13 shirts, all Western Wrangler. I think there was one Levi's in there. Someone came through and purchased 5 pairs of active shorts as well. We've got a few other multi-quantities as well. So that's the first priority. Other than that, I've got to sort through a new wholesale deal. I've got to do a big drop off of laptops this week sometime. Hopefully looking for a warehouse this week. I have a new lead of an opportunity for possibly a deceased estate. I have my usual round of my wholesale orders that come basically every quarter. That's coming this week at the end of the week. And I think there's a few other little bits and bobs in here as well. We've got to finish consolidation. I've got to finish setting up new shelving. Lots of things. But today, the focus will be pick, pack, and post, and then probably wholesale and shuffling a few things. So come along for the ride. If you are new here, my name's Chris, and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle, and I document this journey, what it looks like. We're currently kicked off year number 5 of building this business. It's been a crazy journey to get here, but it's been an enjoyable one. Lots of lessons every week. If you have questions along the way, as I said, you can ask away, and I'll do my best to bring them into the videos. And of course, stick around. There's timestamps. You can jump down below and see what you want to see. At the end of the video, I take you through all the lessons and the takeaways for the week, as well as take you through the financials for the week, and also where we're landing for the month at that point in time. And to say that last week was actually really, really good. We ended up hitting a total of, it was 9,000, and this includes one wholesale order of $1,000. We ended up on $9,070 for last week. So very happy with that. So it's a good start to the year. We've actually already done this month what we've already done in 12 days what we did at the start of last year in January. So we're sitting on $12,500. Woo! It's a good little start. All right, I'm going to pull out some orders, take you through all those, and we'll get into a big week. All right, team, we have finished picking, not packing. We've got quite a lot of stuff. Cool little sale that just came through was these little guys. This is for hair removal. It's gone for $200 over to Turkey. 2 little boxes, just crazy. These are on consignment. Really good. Learning a lot through the consignment, that's for sure. And speaking of consignment, there's a few other goodies. We've got this Build-A-Bear. That's gone for 75 plus post. We've got some snow boots. They've gone for around 79, I think it was. These ones have gone over to, these aren't consignment, but these have gone over to New Zealand, and that's gone for 120-ish there and there. Got some more shoes. We've got a laptop. We've got Lego. We've got some books and a board game. Then we just got lots of clothes. That alone has 13 pieces going to one individual. There's a lot of shorts in here for one individual, and then there's just lots of Western. I am starting to sell some sweaters already, so I'm gonna have to jump on that because people are just starting to either traveling or getting in advance. This is going to take a little bit to do, but we'll get cracking on that. Oh, there's also some phones. They've gone for $100 as well, just parts only not working. And that little big, Little Big Planet? Is that what it's called? And that's gone for about 176. That one's also gone international as well. Might have been less. It might have been more. Let's check. I can't remember. Little Big Planet has gone for... Where's that poster? Oh, sorry. It went for $299. Jeez. That's including postage. 189 189 without postage. So they've paid up because it's going to the UK. So pretty happy with all this. Very cool. All right, let's get packing. A lot of this just goes into satchels or small padded bags. Obviously, if it's something a bit more valuable, I put it into a box. International, I try to always box just because it's got a longer ride. Yeah, the shoes will go into large boxes. The poster will go into a poster, whatever you call it, pipe, and that comes from Australia Post as well. So yeah, not too bad. I'm actually very grateful at the moment. Let's do it. Alright team, just finishing off the postage now. This is the last one, and though it feels like doing them one by one, if you didn't catch this from last week, I've changed from doing my postage one by one. So literally I pack it, I process it and print it all at the same time, and then I move on to the next item. I used to do it in batches. Now originally this seems like it was taking longer, but I've just kind of done a time check and I'm about 45 minutes to an hour ahead. So yeah, not too bad. Just wrapping this up now and move on to the next thing. Alright folks, the next plan is to move out all of this RM Williams. So I'm going to pull it out regardless. It's going to be sitting in the other storage unit, which is the one not in my line. I'm going to be selling a whole bunch of this. It probably won't be all of it. Some of it I'm just keeping as some bread and butter to tick over, but majority of it will be going. Well, I've got to actually count it all, weigh it all, and see if it's worth their bang for buck. So I'm going to pull all that because we need to be making all the changes in here. So this is going to be some more shelving in here, as I spoke about last week. So I figured if I pull that out now, then I can at least start working on that, and that can sit in the other unit. The only downside is the other unit doesn't have lighting in it, so a little bit annoying, but I'm going to get cracking on this. So wish me luck. All right, we have moved all this stuff now. This one is now empty. I actually ended up being able to empty it. It's all gone up the top here. I'm now going to start consolidating in unit number 2. And then once I get that first shelf empty, it's going to come in here and then I'll continue on. So we're winning. We're making some good progress. So I've moved that one, as you can see there, has now come out. And gone into the back there. We managed to pull out 8 boxes from the consolidation of that one shelf here and then that one there. So now I've got to do those, and then what I'll end up doing is I've got to pull some of this out so I can put it in there, and then the idea is to have 3 across here in the middle. It is going to be a little tight. I can probably move this one over a little bit this way, because this stuff needs to be pulling this way. So if that all makes sense, because yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah. Whew. All right folks, we've made some really good progress. That's all gone. We've got some space in here now, and then over here there's obviously that shelf is now gone, that one's now empty, and we've already started to fill up in here. It's a bit chaotic in here, but these have all been filled up because we're going to go this way. So I've got to bring that other shelf into here, but I've just been consolidating. So we've still got all of that, which will basically be, looks like we're going to gain a full shelf there anyway, 2 shelves actually. And then that will all come back this way. That one will go in here. So hopefully by the end of this we should have about 2 to 3 shelves left, which doesn't leave us with much, to be honest, because there's all that done already. So the funny thing is, it's the usual story, is we're selling more than ever, but we're listing more. So it's because we're growing, there's always that bit of a catch-up period where yeah, the space where we're listing more than selling, and it's not really depleting quick enough. So yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. It always seems to be the way, but what do I do, right? I do need to sell older stock. And when we have to do the pre-owned updates from the 23rd of January, I'll be doing a big update to all my listings, which means some of them will go into big sales, culling and all that. So we will make a lot of space. So we'll probably have to be doing this again, probably the start of February, which is a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. All right, I'm gonna start to pack up now. We've made great progress today. I actually didn't expect to get this done today. So, and I did sell some wholesale of the RM Williams as well. So it's been a good day. It's been a good win. Just it's hot, sticky, and lots of things to think about. All right, folks, this is where we landed. It's a bit chaotic in here, but I've got the other shelf in there. I've got to finish this consolidation probably tomorrow, hopefully, which is really good. And then in here, we've got the overflow there at the moment, and this is how it's going to be going forward. But this is going to become another photo station. This will become a photo station. It will be opposites, and then we'll have tables in between. So really good progress there. We've now pulled out a total of 62 boxes, and this is the usual one, so nothing really changed there. So, and just to give you proof that we've still got plenty of space in here, so made some big arrangements for us to level up. That photo booth's going to be absolutely key. And then the other thing is then we're going to sell more, which I haven't planned for, but that's another conversation for another day. I'm out of here. Ciao. Look at all this. Thanks, and today is Tuesday, just like that. Bit of a different one today, and it's going to be a big one. Actually, I just realized, I say this all the time, it's going to be a big one, it's going to be different, lots happening. Well, there is. It's never a dull day. So today, it's 7:40. I've got to head over to my local tip, drop off a whole bunch of just e-waste media stuff that we can't sell or can't use, drop off a whole bunch of cardboard. Then we'll be back to the unit. I've got photographer number 2 in today. I'll be teaching them the new process around how we're managing for all the new pre-owned conditioning, which goes live on the 23rd. Probably talk about that today as well. A little bit more about that today. And then after that, I'll be doing a pick, pack and post, focus on probably doing some listings. I might do some more consolidation, but I also might focus on just getting through some of those piles of stuff that I've got there just to make some space. I then need to pack the van. I've got a big laptop drop off tomorrow, so I have a guy that buys the laptops off me, the stuff that we can't use for parts and for scrap. We remove the hard drives and then it's all good to go. So I get basically a fee per kilo. So I've got to drop all that off tomorrow, but I've got to pack the van for that. There's probably about 100 laptops. So do that, and then I've got a warehouse tour. Looking at a warehouse today. Look, I'm not sure if that's the right thing for me, but I'm continuing to just get ideas, inspiration, seeing what, bang for buck and all that kind of stuff. So that's this afternoon before I go home. So lots of things, lots of moving pieces today. It's never a dull day. I did have a question that came through. I do want to answer that as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I did have a cheeky coffee, but I already finished it because I actually already got up early, took Carla to the station, and turns out we got there and it was buses. So I brought her back home and she's working from home, and now I'm heading back out again. So yeah, sales have been pretty good. Yesterday we ended up doing about $1,010, which is not too bad. So we're retaining the level of momentum that I want, but I still have a really big problem, and that problem is, and I think I always have this problem, is I need to sell more. I need to sell more. And don't get me wrong, I'm selling more than I've ever sold, but I need to sell more. Anyway, team, I'm gonna go do all this stuff. I'll see you in at the shop. Who knows, might have a bit more of a chit chat later while I'm driving anyway, but it's got about a 20-minute drive there, and then we'll do all the drop off and then I'll get to the unit. Ciao. All right, done the tip run, which was a quick little one. Actually, it was surprising how busy it is. There was actually like a line there. I got there just before 8 o'clock and there was probably about 6 cars already lined up with trailer loads. Crazy stuff. I didn't have that much, but just making space. So there was a question that I want to answer that came through from, I've got to remember who it was. Give me a second. So there was a question that came through from William Quirky, and I'll put it up on screen, but long story short, he was curious to know what would happen, or do I have a plan if, my eBay store didn't exist? So if eBay decided to shut down or cancel my store, it happened to him in the past, which was super stressful for about 3 months. This is a really good question, and for me, I've been one always pivot and adjust as it happens. Now, if, you know, touch wood, something was to happen, obviously I would be trying to do whatever it takes to get back on eBay kind of thing, just because it is the quickest win when doing selling online in terms of getting marketing and all that jazz and seller protections and all that. But if for some reason it was no longer going to be able to be possible, I think actually I would probably leverage the chance to, it also depends on circumstance, like is every other reseller no longer able to sell, or is it just me that's been impacted? So if it was just me that was impacted, I would probably liquidate and then start from scratch in terms of my own brand or moving on to onto Depop. And when I say my own brand, is basically continuing my current eBay store, but just under like a Shopify or something. And I would then focus on trying to sell business to business, selling direct to consumer from my own website, and do it that way. I would also look at other platforms, but I think probably it would be my reasoning to double down on my own like vintage brand in that sense. I think that would be it. But if it was like, if every other reseller, you know, was totally out, well, obviously I wouldn't be able to liquidate because they wouldn't be able to buy it to sell it on eBay. So I would have to change my game a little bit. So probably move to Depop first and then work on my own brand. I think that would be the focus. Really great question, by the way. So yeah, let me know, you know, if someone else is thinking about this, what would you do if that was you in that situation? Yeah, but one thing that I'm trying to do more of this year, and I've already done it twice, each week this week I've sold wholesale, is I'm trying to continue to do more things that bring in additional revenue to the business. And some of those can't unlock until I'm in a warehouse. But at the same time, I'm trying to bring in, you know, obviously different means of revenue. Obviously, I've got my listing service, which is separated from my core business. But in the core business, you know, I'm doing a lot of e-waste stuff. I'm doing a lot of consignment stuff. I'm doing a lot of, also doing a lot of wholesale space now. So last week we did $1,000 in wholesale. This week we've done, so far, we must be sitting at about 230, I think it was, wholesale, which isn't much, but they're just additional revenue streams, right? And I think that's really what I need to make sure I'm doing on top. So, you know, yesterday I did $1,010 or $1,050 in total, and that helps add up because 700 was eBay, 750 was eBay, and about 250 was probably the wholesale. Yeah, I'm rounding up numbers, but that's roughly what it was. Sorry, it was $800 eBay. So having those additional incomes I've got better cash flow. And yeah, so you've got to have lots of different opportunities. Like the stuff that I'm doing tomorrow, dropping off all these laptops, you know, a lot of the laptops I'm now doing servicing and repairs on with someone else to see if we can elevate the ASP. But there's a lot of stuff that we can't, and then finding a quick way to be able to just move that and get some cash flow back into the kitty. And now I've got that solution. So finding all those and solving all these different problems, there's so much opportunity out there. It doesn't just have to be eBay, but eBay is the game changer. And eBay is the one that gives me the best bang for buck for a little input. And I know it's a lot of hard work, but when you think about the amount of impressions, the amount of views, the amount of clicks, the amount of sales, the amount of support, the amount of customer integration, the amount of just seller protections that you have, it's really, really worth it for, you know, what you're spending. And you don't have to do as much work. Anyway, I blabber. Let's get to the shop. All right, we're all set up. I'm just checking a few little admin bits and bobs. I've got a customer coming today, so hopefully we'll sell some of these. This is their favorite kind of stuff. And this is the new setup. This is how it is. This is just overflow for now. Got Ralph Lauren. We've got one lot of clothing, more lots of clothing. So I'll have my photographer in hopefully in the next 30-40 minutes. And they'll be spending the time doing that. In here today, I've got to continue to do consolidation. Hopefully we're going to end up with we should end up with 2 bays, I think, like 2 shelves left, which isn't a lot, but it is what it is. And the other thing today is I need to also pull out all these laptops, and then I'll be doing a little bit of reshuffle here. Oh, I was meant to go to Bunnings. I might nick to Bunnings and get another shelving unit here, because I want to put those into a shelving unit so I don't have to keep stacking them out. Or I can maybe bring that tomorrow. I'm going to Bunnings tomorrow, so maybe I'll do that. Yeah, and then the idea is to continue to work through all that pile of goodies that we got the other day. We've got lots of stuff to be done, so I'm going to get working. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Alright, so we've got a total of 14 orders, as you can see here. Probably can't see it too well, and we're on 79,324. We'll keep getting it back up to 80, and then it drops down. I've got a total of actual 20 items to send by the looks of it. Might be 22. I've got 5 people pending to pay. Man, these non-pays are getting super frustrating. Oh, there's a spider. Hello, buddy. I did have another question come through that I kind of just want to quickly answer. It came through just this morning, just on my way here. I've actually already answered it in the comments to them, but I wanted to address it for everyone because, if you ask a question, I think there's probably other people thinking the same thing, so it makes sense to answer the question. Why is this not showing? Here we go. So this one come from Kathy. She's from Texas. She said, so much incoming stock. Do you make a priority list of all there is to do, or is it all in your head? So I kind of touched on this last week. I do run a bit of a journal where I just take notes and track of my progress, but naturally a lot of the things are in my head. So I know everything that I have to do this week in terms of priority. Talking about, I've got the laptops, so I've got to go visit a warehouse, I've got to do the consolidations, I've got 500 kilos, probably less than that, arriving on Friday. So all the different bits that need to happen. I then bring that all together and I got to figure out, okay, what happens in what order. But I am starting to use more of a daily journal to just jot things down, and I usually do that at the start of the year more so than anything, just to get myself into a flow, get me into a groove, and just to take it out of my head. Usually anything that's top of mind is the priority. So if those things are in my mind, it means they're things that I got to be doing at some stage. So naturally, yes, I'm tracking a lot of it in my head, but I am putting things down just to keep things honest, and it's just nice to be able to reflect on all the different things. When I first started, I had to track it like a hawk just to keep myself accountable, but now, because we're in a groove mode, I know what's happening, when it's happening, and how it's happening. It's usually when we're adding additional things to the business. Like this week, I know on Thursday, I believe I've got a deceased estate walkthrough. I don't have the details of that, but I know it's coming. I've got to drive into the city tomorrow, take Carla to work, and I'll be doing my laptop drop-off. Friday morning, I know I've got my big delivery coming, so I've got to be prepped for that. So in between that, I've just got to figure out what to do, how to get there. I've obviously got all my pick packing and posting, all the non-negotiables I've got to do daily, my listings, all these different things. So the beauty of all this is having someone come in, do photos, and I have my lister do the listings, like draft them all. Saves me so much time, and I don't have to think about it, so I can think and focus on other things. Great question. Alright, we've got some interesting things going out. We've got this camera lens, we've got the power prop colliders that I showed you the other day. One guy's just purchased these 2 shirts, a couple of bundles in here, some Ralph, someone's purchased a few lower end items. I've got a 50% sale at the moment on old stock. And then there is one shirt in here that is gone for like $90. This guy did. A Wrangler, really cool. That's with postage. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright folks, postage is all done. I've just pulled out all the laptops as well, which is very grateful to do that, because now we've got all this space in here. So what I'll end up doing is tomorrow I'll get another racking to put up in here, but that's tomorrow's problem. For now I'm just finishing a couple more laptops to see if they need to go into here, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Quick little update, I've actually been doing a bit of consolidation in here. Already pulled out 5 boxes. The reason why I've started this and put a pause on the laptops is, well actually I've already pulled out the laptops that I need to, but I've just got to finish photographing them. But we're actually chockers in the next room, so photographer's just taking a break, having some lunch, and we've got all this, so I need to get this across just to make space here so that we can get into here, because this is getting a bit crazy. So I'm going to get this done today. I'll get it done. It's just one less thing to worry about. Alright, we've consolidated. That whole table is now empty. Got all this space back in here, and the amount of boxes was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 boxes, which got us to 72. I predicted it was going to be 77. We did pretty good. So in here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 fours, 44 boxes. It's probably closer to, once we combine and consolidate shuffle, there's probably the ability to add 60 boxes, maybe 55, maybe 50. Let's just go with 50, which means 50 average is about 10, 500 items. That will get us to the end of the month. So yeah, we need to sell more. Anyway, this is great. This is what it looks like. Not too bad at all. Woo! I went up to skew 12,000 and something. So yes. Alright team, it's been a little bit. I had another drop off of stuff. Some of it already started sorted and been photoing and things already. My photographer's now finished. Ended up doing a whole big pile in there, which is great. Which means my next photographer's in tomorrow and they will be back in on Thursday. So we're getting a full, actually I should have someone working every single day this week, which is, that's what I want. And I've adjusted my sales as well. I kicked it off at 140, it is now 230, and just gonna put you there. I dropped my GoPro and it broke the stand, so it's all a bit dodgy. Oh, sorry, yep. Jeez, there we go. So I started it at 140 and we've already done, since 140, it's pretty good actually. Just moving old stock and like, just need to get the cash flow happening. Still making a couple of dollars on some things. Some things are making some good dollars. So we've had a total of 6 sales in the last 30 minutes. Actually, it's 40 minutes now, but we're averaging about a sale every 6-7 minutes at the moment since starting. So very happy with this, and it should be a nice little revenue generator. And lower profits, but I need the cash flow. And these are SKUs going back to, looks like back to 5,000. Yeah, down to 5,000, 3,000. And my lowest SKU at the moment is 1950, and we're up to 12,270. So just trying to move some of that old stuff. One person bought something 50% off. It's gone international. They actually ended up paying more than what I had it listed for, so which is great, after the postage added in, so it's pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to continue to do some photos. I'm going to be out of here by 4 o'clock, go do that warehouse walkthrough. But now let's just get some work done. Whew, all right, what a day. I'm packing up now because I've got to obviously go pack all that into the car, which is going to take a little bit just to make sure things aren't moving. I've now flat laid all the jeans as well, so in here everything is on the table ready to be photoed. All of this I don't think it'll be done this week, but I think we're definitely going to have to do a washing possibly Thursday or Monday, probably Monday. We're making some good progress. It's good to have a photographer in every day this week, just helps us get through a pretty good throughput of stock, which is what we want. 41, about right. So yeah, no, I'm happy with all this. All right, so I'm going to get this packed up. I'll probably show you what the van looks like once I'm done, but just got to finish a couple of admin bits and then I'll be out of here. It's not too much. All right, let's do it. Folks, it is Wednesday morning and it's never a dull day over here in Port Melbourne already. Just dropped Carla off and I've just actually picked something up from Bunnings. Now I'm on my way to drop off all these laptops, get rid of them to my guy, and then I'll be heading back to the unit. No backpacks today, I'll be back there next week. Yeah, went through the warehouse yesterday, was really happy with it. Some great opportunities there. Don't really have any more information on it at this point because, you know, one of the big challenges with the warehousing is obviously dollars, and I'm still gonna, you know, get all the paperwork, have a look at it, run the numbers, do all the stuff, but I'm also doing all these things with a bit of grain of salt in terms of just playing it by ear each day as it comes, all those kind of things. But you know me, things change very quickly. If I can change things quickly and it makes sense, I do it. But otherwise, today, my focus is get all this done. Got to go back to the shop, do a pick, pack and post. Got, I think, 20 orders at the moment. The sales really been paying off. And then I'll continue to just work through a whole bunch of stuff. I do have an appointment at around 4:30, so I've got to leave at 4. But yeah, more on that shortly. Let me go do this drop off, and then we'll get into it a bit later. All right, drop off was complete. It was a total of 118 kilos. Not as much as I actually thought. I thought it was going to be a bit closer, and now that I think about it, it probably wasn't as last time when I did my drop off, I had probably double the amount. So anyway, it's all good here anyway, so may as make the most of it. So we got, the price has actually gone up. It used to be $1.15 a kilo. It's now $1.25 a kilo. So walking away with $147.50. Ain't much, but hey, nice little piece of cash flow. Got it today. And this is part of one of my business to business relationships both ways. So obviously this gentleman is a business, and I'm doing this on behalf of another business because they just don't have a way to get through it. I mean, they could obviously just do it directly, but that's just part of the deal that we work through, because I'm, you know, obviously doing other things for them too. So nice little quick win. I don't think I told you, the thing that I got from Bunnings was actually my marquee. My marquee was actually destroyed in the weather that happened in Melbourne last week. Like, it was absolutely crazy weather. It was, I actually had loaned it out to someone, which is a bit unfortunate, so I had to get another one, but that's okay. All part of the process. And yeah, so now I'm gonna head back into the storage unit and get back into the day. My photographer should probably be there by the time I'm there as well. And who knows what's gonna happen today. There's so many things going on. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Alright team, back here, and just been having a few phone calls for some admin stuff, and just done a pick, and now we're going to do a pack. We've actually got quite a lot to go out. We've got 25 orders. The sale's really working, and we're back on 79,800, and it looks like out of this 25 orders, it's a total of, if I'm correct, waiting for it to load, we've got a total of 32 items. So very grateful for this. A couple of multi-quantity item orders as well. We do have a MacBook going out, and we've got this little Cabbage Patch Kid going out, Western stuff, some old stuff. We've got SKUs as low as 6,000. I think there was a couple of lower than that. There was like a 5,000 or 4,000. So yes, trying to move some of that older stock. So very grateful to be able to do that. Let's pack it all up. Right, folks, finished all the postage. Been doing a bit of admin. I'm actually waiting for a call, and then I've got to leave at about 4 o'clock for an appointment. But for now, I'm actually going to start prepping my next washing bags. Haven't done this for a while, so you know, so for all this, some of it I've already taken out, which we didn't have to do the washing for because it already been done or it wasn't required. So yeah, gonna probably take a bit of mix of stuff this time because we'll be doing a lot of shirts. Or we want to spice it up a little bit. I do have all the 80 kilos of pants. I've got a whole bunch of jeans here as well, and I've got a mix and match of other stuff. So I'll probably just, probably a good mix of it all. I think will make sense. And then I've got all my, I think it's about 350 kilos arriving on Friday. Alright folks, I've done a whole bunch of washing bags. I've been distracted with a few other personal things that I've had to just deal with. So I haven't really got much done today, to be honest. But we're back here tomorrow, do it all again. I'm off to my appointment, and yeah, hopefully we can get some of this a bit more shuffled up. Tomorrow I do have the potential to look through a deceased estate as well. So lots of moving pieces. Surprise, surprise. Still got to do all this. So many things, but as the saying goes, you know, everything seems to happen at once, so just gotta roll with the punches. They're all good things, but just everything at once. Alright, ciao! And it's Thursday. It's another big day. Just dropped Carla off at the station. It is 6:54 in the morning. It's gonna be a long one. I'll be picking Carla up probably around 6 p.m, so going to be a 12-hour day in that sense, because we basically left, I don't know, about 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. I do have a cheeky coffee for all those wondering. This is a St. Ali coffee, just bring it from home. I buy them in bulk when they're on sale. Today is another day of nothing but not normal. I mean, my normal is there's always things going on. And that's because I'm always trying to do things better, changing, adapting, taking on new opportunities. I mean, from a core business today where I've got my photographer number 2 in, it's business as usual from that standpoint. So they'll be coming in, taking photos, all that jazz. We have got 23 orders to go out. Sales have been absolutely incredible. We're sitting on 80,235, and I'll show you that a little bit later, but it'll probably drop down by the time I show it to you. I am running a big sale, so that's just moving some of the older stock just to get a bit more cash flow. Other than that, my plans today is pick back posts. I need to continue to process all that non-clothing stuff and make space. Make space for what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day. We've got, I've got 350 kilos of clothing arriving. I will be starting to process that. I need to put it in a good layout so we've got space. I need to finish my washing prep. I need to do market prep. So that today there's a couple of things I need to do to really make sure I'm not cramming for the market tomorrow. Cramming for prep for the market tomorrow because the market's on Saturday. So I'll be spending a bit of time doing that today as well. I've also, I believe, at some stage today, I have a walkthrough of a deceased estate. Not sure what time that is, waiting for a call, whether it happens or not, I guess we'll find out. So lots of things happening. I've got a couple of other things that I got to take, some phone calls and things like that, just for some other things that I'm working on, which I can't talk about at the moment. But lots of things. And I'm just so forever grateful to be able to have my team that helps the business operate, doing the core, like the clothing, while I'm working on other things, because I would not be able to do this if I didn't have a team. Like that's just the reality of it. People tell me, and I know from a numbers perspective, if I want to save cost, cut costs, and the best way to do that is me do more work and the staff, see you later. Well, that's not my game plan. My game plan is to continue to have more people working for me, and how that looks will be different as we continue to grow. And I'm working on focusing on growing the business, more leads, sales opportunities, working for strategic partnerships. How do we grow? How do we take the business to the next level? That's my focus. That's what I want it to be. But obviously at this point in time, there's a few things which I have to do as well. So anyway, enough on that. Let's get to the shop and get cracking on a big long day. All right, we're here. We're all set up. Stock is moving pretty good in terms of we're processing really quickly. This is what my photographer will be doing today. A lot of Ralph Lauren. I'm going to start to build the new racks that I've got for the market. And do a few other bits and bobs. I've got to get you charged. Let me just quickly show you how things are progressing, as I said in the car. We're on 80,271. 24 sales to go. All right, we have finished it. We've got 1, 2, and 3. Now these aren't anything fancy. The ones I was using, I was actually borrowing. Got some myself. These will fold down. A little bit flimsy, but don't need anything too crazy. So that's done. First thing that needed to be done is now done. Now I've got 100 other things to do. But that's just the secret. You just do one thing at a time, get it done, move on to the next. That's how you make progress. All right, now I'm just sorting some more clothes for washing, just trying to make some space in here for the big delivery tomorrow. That's all I'm going to do, and just going through pulling out stuff new with tags, putting stuff that needs to go for washing, all those different things. This is what it looks like, but I wouldn't change it for the world. All right, still here, just buttoning up some shirts and whatnot. But I just kind of wanted to check in and just kind of give you a bit of an idea of where my headspace is with everything. So this year, there's a lot of things that are on my plate in terms of what I want to achieve. Obviously, at the start of this year, the first video I spoke about, maybe getting into warehouse isn't going to be possible, and I'll just focus on trying to really squeeze the lemons out of here. But at the same time, if I can get into a warehouse, I will. So it's like it's a catch-22. I'm trying to move forward regardless of my environment. All I know is that obviously the environment will have different outcomes and abilities to make me execute quicker, and things like that. So that's one thing that's on my mind, and working through that and still looking and all that jazz. The other thing is, obviously, I want to grow the business to a better profitability, but I also want to increase cash flow. To be honest, I don't care, and I know this is going to sound weird for a lot of people, I don't care if I don't increase my profit margin. What I do care is that I increase my cash flow, cash on hand. That's what I would like to increase. The profits is good because it enables me to get everything done. I cover everything and I pay for everything. And that will come over time as we can get some cash flow and things in the right flow. So for me, my biggest challenge at the moment is actually listing more. And this is going to sound kind of weird, but even though I've got my lister doing, we've got 40 going up, ready to go live every day, I'm still reviewing, I'm still doing some, tweaks, and I'm still pricing. Some of that is expert experience in terms of, I've been doing it for the last 5 years, but there's some things I don't have to spend time on at all, right? But because I'm doing a lot of this stuff, doing, growth in the business, working on new deals, I'm going to be looking at, go to deals and I have to not be on site. It takes up a lot of my time. So some of the other areas in the business that I need to grow is, can I be outsourcing some different tasks? Can I be having someone help with postage? Can I be having, someone that's just in here, once a week, just doing this kind of stuff? I could pay them for a couple of hours and, they get all this done for me. So those kind of things, those are all little things that I'll continue to grow into the business because I want to give me back myself the time where I can make the most amount of money. And of course, one of my bigger goals is we've got the clothing down pat. I can step away from that. I want to bring that into other categories. That's been my goal since day one. And at the moment, it's probably a mixture of electronics, consumer electronics, and obviously then there's non-clothing in general, but it's very hard to put a process around everything else. So I need to continuously have a constant source of something to be able to have someone come in and just sit and do what they're told. Obviously books is very easy, but I don't want to do books at this point. So that's just speaking my mind. So, and one of my, bold goals for this year is to hit 6 figures in 90-day total. I think we should be able to hit there if I can continue to maintain the run rate. We should be able to hit it between June and September of $100,000 every 90 days. That would be the goal. But we've got a lot of work to get there. So that's on my mind. That's grand scheme of things. That's where we're heading for this year. And I'm going away at some time this year again. I'll be doing an overseas trip. Lots of things happening, but I'm excited. There's some pretty cool things. Anyway, I've got a lot on my mind at the moment. All good things. Just sharing with you. All right, that is all done now. Cleaned out all these boxes as well. So these bags won't stay here, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes already. 8 bags, which is good. So we'll probably only need to make 2 more, and I might be able to fill up one of them. So we still have all these pants, 80 kilos of pants. I've got still a bit more Ralph in there. I've got a special dress in there, actually. I need to look at that. And then we've got all the sweaters and stuff. I'm going to start getting into the sweaters soon. Like, not today, but like in the next couple of weeks. Actually, here's a question for anyone. I've got a whole bunch of these. They usually sell for about $45. It's a Johnny Rotten shirt. There's probably there must be about 20 of them here, maybe even 30 or 40. If anyone's genuinely interested in getting a whole bunch of those, I'll do you a nice little deal. Can't be crazy cheap, but it's all dead stock. Vintage tags made in Australia. These were basically, I think, when he did a tour or something. If anyone's interested, yeah, let me know. I might be able to send some your way with a bit of a deal there or something. Good for markets or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to work on the next task. Finished all of the washing. There's now 10 bags. I sorted it all here. It's all done. This is all the stuff that I'm now. Well, this is the main stuff I'm focusing on to do photos. We'll probably maybe get into some of this. And then, of course, we've still got plenty here, so let's get to it. Alright team, I've done a whole bunch of listings, just letting the phone and laptop now charge, but we're going to do some postage. I've already pulled everything out. Lots of shirts. We've had quite a few multi-quantity items come through. Do this air drill coming through, that's a consignment piece. We've got a router going out, PlayStation. There is a Tomb Raider game guide in there as well. I've got to pull out a couple more shirts as well that I've just sold as well. So yeah, nothing too crazy, and we've got all these items on the rack as well going out, so happy with that. Let's pack it all up. Quick little win, someone just came through and purchased 10 items. I've got a sale on, and then they got even a further discount. Lots of deals to be made, so very happy with this. Alright folks, it's been a little bit, photographer's gone now, it's now 3 o'clock. I'm actually just starting to prep a few things for the market. I was meant to have a phone call for an appointment for something, it's fallen through, which is kind of thrown me off because it's for some other things that I need to get done, but that's that's life, right? So I'm just pulling out a few different things. Again, being the third time doing the market, I'm going to try and do a few different things. I'm probably going to take less, to be honest. I'm actually trying to do a little bit of setup now, so I've got things in place, already knowing what I want to put up, and yeah, just to avoid having to do as much of it on the actual day itself. But you know, it's all trial and error. So yeah, I've got a lot of newer tag stuff just to help, you know, with the value add, the value proposition, and of course going to have plenty of, you know, pre-owned vintage stuff as well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. And check out this guy. This one I've actually got to test this and film this to make sure it's working and stuff. I'll be selling that. It's going to be fun to send. It is broken, which is unfortunate, but might be able to still get about $100 for it, I reckon. Bad timing because Christmas is already gone, but still, why not? And it'll be fun to ship, but I'll probably ship it in this trash can in another box with padding. Yeah. So, as you can see, there's a lot going on here. I've just basically been pulling out all the things that I really want to take, making up basically the racks that I'm looking for, well, what I'm looking to fill on the racks. And because sometimes we've taken all this and we haven't even used it, and it's not tomorrow, it's in 2 days. Last time it was similar weather, so you know, people are looking for cooler stuff because it is going to be about probably 30 degrees. But I am taking some novelty things as well because people like to buy gifts. I've got a lot of new tag stuff just to help, you know, get the value points, as I said earlier. But otherwise, picking out a lot of Australia Day stuff. I've got some sports stuff, some tennis stuff. We've got the Australian Open happening at the moment. So all those kind of things. That's what I'm kind of working with from a clothes perspective. In terms of everything else, like I've got toys, video games, all that different stuff. That's the easy part. It's the clothes. It's actually quite hard to just, you know, picking out who I want to kind of sell to, but at the same time trying to have a little bit of everything for everyone, but also not trying to create too much work for myself because it's a lot of work. So yeah, bit of an update. It's all over the place at the moment, just pulling it all out. Still got, I think, 2 more bags to just check, and then I'll be almost done. I've got some jerseys, I've got some rugby stuff. I do have a few other little knickknacks in here as well, but nothing crazy. I'm probably going to take some hats as well. I've got some bags. I'll probably take that with me as well. So almost done. All right, this is what we're left with. Those, that, and obviously the racks. And then non-clothing I'll deal with tomorrow. That gives me a bit of a breather. I just had another customer come through and purchase, I think it was a 5 bulk lot item quantity order, which is great. People really taking advantage of me just getting rid of old stock, and I'm just really trying to increase cash flow. And one of the goals that I had last year in 2024 was to do more sales on a regular basis. Now, I did do that last year, but this year I'm going to be even more aggressive, just to, once I've made the money on stuff, like the whole lot's, just start to move the rest of it, because, space is a bit of a problem. So I'm actually just going to quickly check these orders. Looks like since we posted, geez, we've got another 5 orders with a total of 10 items. Carla's going to message me soon, so I might just clean up a few things, make sure I'm ready to go, and then I might actually just process these orders because I've got to take this postage with me anyway. So, and then tomorrow morning's going to be pretty chaotic with about 300-400 kilos of clothing. So, let's do that. All right, folks, that is it. That is all the postage for today. All of this, and this. It's actually probably the most I've ever done midweek. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Very big day. I might talk to you yet one more time before I finish up for the day. Otherwise, you'll see tomorrow. Ciao. All right, it's still Thursday. So some of you might be asking, oh, Chris, what about the deceased estate? Well, it didn't actually get to go through. They were actually at the storage unit, but they were unpacking, and then we missed each other just because of timing. But hopefully we'll be able to connect. Sent them a message anyway, and we'll figure it out. But look, sometimes things don't go as planned anyway. There's been lots of things happening outside of my usual business as usual, which haven't been going to plan, and it gets frustrating. But the reality is like nothing is linear, and nothing is as simple as we sometimes expect. However, things can be really simple. Like sometimes we really do overcomplicate things. So anyway, just kind of bantering there. Tomorrow, as I said, big day. I've got to do all my postage drop off in the morning because he wasn't able to collect today, so I'll just drop it off in the morning. We've got quite a lot there. There's a total of 57 items and across 35 transactions. So I'm very, very grateful for all that. It's been an interesting day from that mentality, just seeing our metrics are starting to increase, especially from a volume game, a cash flow game, just in the last 2 days. I mean, I am running a sale, which does help, of course, but things can change very quickly. And obviously one day doesn't define the rest of it, but we are averaging more than $1,100 a day at the moment for January 2025. We're on track to do about $33,000 for the month. Obviously that's top line profit. I have to pay my consignments out from tomorrow. I have to pay more expenses out tomorrow because I always pay mid-month, and then the rest of the month I'll have one more payment. I think one more payment of wages and salary. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where we can get to. I think we'll still probably average around that 17% net. So if we can get close to that 33,000, then we'll land between 4.5 and 5 somewhere, hopefully. So maybe a little bit more, give or take. There's a few different bits and bobs there. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm going to go pick up Carla, and tomorrow will be another busy day. Let's do it. Ciao. Woo! Folks, it's Friday, and I'm pumped because it's delivery day. We're getting 350 kilos of clothing, and I love this. This is probably the most favorite part of the whole thing of doing all of this, is I get the goods, I get to sort through it, I get to see what we get. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work, but it's a lot of fun. So first things first, I got to drop off my postage from yesterday. 54 items, 37 transactions, I think it was. And we ended up doing 47 total orders yesterday. And I've got so many to send this morning already. The sales really helping. It's great. And I'm still getting some high-end stuff being sold as well. Did sell another nice jacket over to the US for about $200, and I think it was $210. So grateful for that. So yeah, first things first, got to go do post drop off. Also got to do some dollar changeover for the market tomorrow. Yes, we have the market tomorrow. And after that, then I just got to get ready, get prepped for the delivery of the goods. That'll take a little bit of time, so I'll focus on that. And yeah, that'll take up a bit of the morning, and then I've also got a customer coming around to actually they go through it with me. They're my best customer, and you know, do them a good deal on some goodies, and then I get a little bit of cash back, just help with the cash flow, and then after that it's going to be pick, pack and post. We're going to do a little bit of market prep, and at some stage I have a phone call, hopefully today, which I'm not sure what time that's coming, but probably come at the most inconvenient time, but that's the reality of it. And yep, shout out to Carla. She got me a coffee pan, well, half a coffee pan, because she's got the other half. These things are so good. So yeah, okay, let's make it happen. It's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a big one. All right, folks, we've got everything in here. All of this, 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 all of this. Already started to go through some. Had a customer here already. All of this, and then there's 2 bales of Levi's as well. This is all mixture stuff. This is all Harley actually. I've got a whole bunch of different things. A few new categories that I haven't done before. I'm not going to go through it all today because I have to figure out this to get all of this in there. But it's always exciting to have more stock. Had a customer come through. They purchased, must have been about 45 pieces, which was nice. Yeah, now I need to shuffle all this, and then I've got to do a pick, pack and post, and then do the market stuff. So yeah. All right, team, I have managed to put away all of the clothing. Now it's time to do some postage. It's 1:17, so I need to get cracking on this. All right, we've got a total of order wise, it's sitting at 21 orders, and we're back on 81,536. So very happy with this, and it's mainly just clothing. There was a hat, there was a modem, lots of clothing, and a couple of goodies here. Let's pack it up. Whew. All right, postage is all done. We've cleaned up all this, which I don't think I showed you before, but it's not for a long term, it's just a quick dump and run. But this is what the market situation looks like. So I've got everything ready to go. This all fits in the van perfectly. I know what's in what. This is all my different racks. It's got the certain clothing that goes on those racks. I dismantle them when I get down, and then the only other thing I need is one more trolley to put the tables on. And gotta go to the tables. Oh, and that. And then come back and get the postage, and then that's it. Not too bad. Tired though, might have a quick breather. We're doing good for time, it's only 2:30, so I think I'm going to take a quick breather. It's a bit shockers. I still need to actually reshuffle some of this because I've got to put the marquee in it after I've set it up and put the roof on it, because it doesn't come with the roof, so I have to put the roof on it, repack it, and then that'll go in here. So I've got to unpack some of this when I get home, but yeah, it is what it is. Alright team, that is a wrap. All packed up. It's only 3:47. Anyway, I'll give you a bit of a recap on the way home. I've got to go to the post office and got to go home, set up the marquee, get all prepped because my last marquee was destroyed, if you didn't catch that earlier, in some crazy weather, so I've had to get another one, but that's okay. We've done a good day today. Customer came through, spent about $1,000 on stuff, and didn't really get to do much myself, but lots of things were done. Anyway, talk to you on the way home. Ciao. What a week. I don't even know where to start. Like I was chatting to my photographer earlier, and I said to them, I said, did I move the shelving this week? Was that this week? And they said it certainly was. Everything it feels like we've been doing this for the last 4, 5, 6 weeks. The last 2 weeks have felt like that. There's been a lot going on, and there's a few other things that I'm working on in behind the scenes which is what I've been waiting on some calls for and sit downs and things, but you know, not everything has progressed the way I expected or had planned or thought. So, you know, some of those things are really just in my head and distracting me from just being able to focus in the business. But, you know, that's the way things go. And I know I'm probably speaking riddles or whatever, but you'll find out soon enough. Anyway, this week, really good week. Like, I feel like we've made some great progress from week 1 when I said, you know, we're going to start to squeeze the lemons out of this storage unit, bring on someone else to be able to do photography at the same time as one of the other photographers and start to put that into play. Now, last week we didn't really get much of that done. This week we have got, you know, started that plan happening in terms of making space and reshuffling and all those things. Of course, there's been a lot of moving pieces. I've got stock coming in and all those different things. And at the moment, I just can't seem to get my timing right. And I know there'll be a lot of you in the comments saying, it's like, why don't you just pause for a bit and set things up right? And it's like, well, honestly, it's a catch-22. It's like, that would be the smart idea and just get on top of things. But I don't want to have to slow down momentum. And that's why I have a team, because we can continue to push forward, have things happening while I'm doing this other stuff. There's just been lots of moving pieces at the same time, which, again, all good problems. It's just all part of, if you want to make the growth happen, then that's what I'm going to do. This week we've actually sold more than we ever have on eBay from a volume perspective. Obviously I've sold more than this wholesale before, but we've done really, really great this week. Did I say today or this week? Anyway, this week. So really great, and every week for the last 2 weeks, and actually even a couple of times each week, I've been able to sell some wholesale stuff as well. So really bringing that into the mix of the model of the business, just to bring in the extra cash flow. It's really good. It's really good. So my lessons this week is, you know, you can figure things out. That's the message for the week. Is there's lots of moving pieces. We just got to have a plan, figure it out, take action, pivot, adjust. And it's probably the same underlying message that I have every week is, you know, like, if you want to make progress, you got to make action. But and sometimes action can be overwhelming. Like today, having all that clothing arrive and then having to do the market, all these different things at the same time. I know how to do it. I've done it. Well, I've done the market for the 3rd time this time, and the other stuff coming through, I've been doing that for ages now. I know what has to happen. I know all the things that need to happen. It's just, you just got to do it. So, yeah. It's just, I'm excited. Hopefully we'll be able to make some things a little bit better soon. And, but you know, and I know a lot of people saying, you know, from last week when I said, look, I'm holding off on the warehouse, and a lot of people agree. And then there's a lot of people saying I should get a warehouse. Look, a warehouse would solve a lot of these problems, but it just hasn't happened yet. And you can't force these things. So until that happens, whether it's, you know, 6 months, 6 weeks or longer, then that's the reality of it. I just got to continue to push forward, figure it out, make it happen. Revenue's up, profits, I think will be pretty good this month. We haven't had to spend much other than the usual goings and, you know, just the usual stuff. So great with that. Anyway, I'm blabbering now. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm going to chuck up the financials of how we've landed for the week. From me last looking, there's a potential that this week might be our first $10,000 week. If it is, give me a big clap or a big, you know, if it is my first $10,000 week, obviously I don't know yet because I'm filming this in advance, a big clap to myself. If not, well then, almost, buddy, almost. But I think we're going to make it. And the month we're tracking to do probably about 33,000. So that's hopefully where we'll end. I mean, we're mid-month now anyway, so we've still got a long way to go. It's like 15 days. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's it from me. Appreciate being here. If you do have any questions, comments, thoughts, let me know. I might chuck in a little bit of a recap for the market. I haven't even thought about the dollars for the market. I've still got to do a little bit of prep work when I get home, just to make sure I've got everything that I need for the market. But the reality is like last time I think we did 340, 360 for the market. It'd be good to do that again. Who knows? We'll try again, see what happens. I'm tired. I am exhausted. I just want to kick back and relax. I got to finish this post and then I'm going to go home. do a bit more stuff, and then hopefully rest tonight, play a bit of Baldur's Gate 3 with Carla and kick back. Anyway, appreciate you all, and I'll see you all again next week, and we'll do it all again. Ciao! Folks, off to the market. It is 6:30 in the morning. It's market number 3. I'm actually feeling nervous that I'm not nervous. Because the first time I was all over the place. Second time was pretty chill. This time it's like, yeah, whatever. Just because I guess we're in a good groove and I feel like everything's okay. So wish us luck. I think last time we did it was 340, 360. So it'll be interesting to see how we go this time, being the first time after Christmas. Yeah, I'll take what I can get, to be honest. Although last time we did obviously gain a nice lead that came round and purchased a whole bunch of stuff as well. So who knows what, it is going to be a bit windy today. Again, probably won't film too much. I'll give you a bit of a show of the setup, but then from here I'll just pretty much just focus on the market. So wish us luck, and see you on the other side. Ciao. Alright folks, we are set up. It is a little bit windy. Carla's holding on for her dear life. We've got all the clothes on this side. Everything's 20 bucks or 2 for 30. Got some Australian stuff for Australia Day. This one's pretty cool. And then we've got all down here. It's very windy, which is obviously going to be a bit of a challenge for the day, but you got to embrace the elements. Ciao!